What's up, fuckers? I haven't made a video update of the fast for the past, I don't know, fuck, it's been like 3 or 4 days or something like that. Mostly because I just didn't feel like it, and also because not much has changed except for my weight. Even that's been slowing down lately. Right now I'm on day 32, so I'll be eating food in 9 days. So that's pretty fucking cool. I'm excited about that, but at the same time, I feel pretty normal. Like energy levels are great. I finally got some good sleep last night. The sleep schedule has been erratic. It's been I noticed how I've been stressing myself out, not just because of the fast, but because of things that have been coming up to surface. I can't think of them off the top of my head right now because I've been practicing letting go. So it's been effective, and I believe that's why I was finally able to get some rest last night. And I noticed I was stressed out because, well, the lack of sleep, and also I started like breaking out on my face. Like I haven't had that happen in a long time, man. So it was really weird to see it, but I did look it up, and it was actually kind of normal during a fast. It's part of the healing crisis sometimes, but I was just surprised to see it later on, like on the second half of the fast. I thought that might have been something that would happen during the first half. Either way, it's I feel like I'm coming to a point to where I'm leveling out because yeah, last night I got a good like 9 hours of sleep, man. I woke up feeling good. Did my, went about my, I'm establishing a routine. I'm establishing a routine that I like and I know I can follow and I would want to follow. I even got to work out today. I did a full body workout. It was a little intense, but it was very short because also the body is still not like I'm not receiving any calories, so I didn't want to overdo it. And I still did notice I got like the body got fatigued, and it took me a few hours to recover from that. So, but yeah, I mean, so far like the routine that I'm seeing that is probably gonna be most effective for me is, the little things: wake up, make my bed, brush my teeth, meditate, read a book, work out, shower. And then after that, I had planned to start studying for school. I mean, I'm already ahead, so didn't really need to. But at the same time, I was pretty tired and a little fatigued from the workout itself, man. I noticed like I'm getting sore already. So, but that was really cool, man, to see how I still had that much energy to be able to work out, and I felt great. It actually felt great to work out again. So I'm really excited to start working out while eating like really healthy and nutritious foods. And what else? But yeah, so I decided just to watch a movie, and then after that, just like scroll through social media for a little bit, and then meditate a little bit more. And I tried to take a nap because I was tired, but I ended up just meditating and doing practicing some visualization exercises, and that ended up like bringing me back awake. Like it ended up like re-energizing me somehow. So that was pretty cool to observe that. And now I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and make a video update because I haven't made one in a few days. It's been again like probably like 3 or 4 days. So I'm just like putting all these together. And also, like I said already, not much has changed, man. It's been pretty monotonous. And yeah, man, wasn't much to update on other than the stories I've been posting for the weight loss. And the weight loss has been slowing down, especially during I noticed the weight loss slowing down like around day 16. Stayed the same for a few days and dropped again. It stayed the same, dropped, stayed the same. And today it dropped after 2 days of staying the same. So It's infrequent, and I don't know what the variables are that are changing, that are making the weight stay the same. Either way, it's not necessarily about the weight loss. It's about the whole process for me, and discovery itself, and maintaining myself not busy but amused and immersed. So for me, it was a spiritual thing first and foremost, and also then after that was health benefits that I was aware of, and the energy levels, man. The clarity of mind is just fucking amazing. I love it, man. It's almost like euphoric. It feels fucking great, man. That's why I couldn't help but to work out. I was based on the information that I researched before fasting, it was suggested to go ahead and be able to rest as much as possible. But it was getting to the point for me to where I was like, fuck, I can't fucking do it anymore, man. I need to move. I need to do something. There's so much energy. I tried going on fucking walks, and yeah, that was cool. It helped a little bit, but it wasn't as effective. My back, I noticed like my back was starting to hurt just from like laying down or like being sedentary so long. I'm like, man, you know what? Fuck this. I want to work out. Like I almost need to. So I did that, and it ended up feeling great. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep doing that. Fuck it. One of the reasons why I didn't want to work out during the fast was because I was also advised that it might cause more muscle tissue loss. I mean, more weight loss in total, but it'll not only be mostly visceral fat, but it would also be a little bit more lean tissue that would be being burnt. But at this point, it's like I have to do something, man. There's only so much household chores I can do, and so much like meditating, and like the body wants to be used, and I feel strong still, and I feel energetic. Yeah, I get the body does get fatigued quicker, but I feel great just getting it out, like just wringing it out. It feels fucking good, man. And now let's see, I'll have like 9 more days doing this, and honestly, I thought by this time I'd be feeling even more drained or more tired, or just like very low energy, but it's quite the opposite. I feel fucking fantastic, man. And oh, there's one thing like that I picked up because I've been learning from actually this book right here. Fucking excellent book, man, by Tim Ferriss. It's called Tools of Titans, and he basically does interviews with like some of the top performers, world class performers in all aspects of life. And one of them, I can't remember his name, but he suggested just like practicing loving kindness kind of meditation. So what that means, what he meant by this is like, just go ahead and like start thinking about like people that you wish happiness for. Like, I wish happiness for this person. I wish happiness for that person. And that alone changes your state, your internal state, man. It makes you feel fucking great. And obviously when you feel great, like better things happen, man. Like you're more charismatic, you're more energetic, you're more confident, you feel more powerful. And I practice this, and he said once you get used to it, go ahead and try it for about 8 minutes, and you'll feel fucking great. And I'm paraphrasing here, but like in my words, I feel fucking great after doing that. Even for people that you feel like might have wronged you in the past or in the recent past, go ahead and wish happiness for them. And if you can go ahead and be sincere in wishing happiness for them, it'll just feel that much better, man. It'll feel fantastic. And so I did that for a few minutes, and like, man, I feel fucking great. And I realized that how that kind of coincides with something that says in the Tao Te Ching, where it talks about when again, I'm paraphrasing here, but when you stop thinking about yourself, you stop suffering. Suffering comes from thinking about yourself. And there's actually another one of the things that in the book in the Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss, one of the things that Tony Robbins, he's interviewing him, and he also hits on this, and he says suffering is caused by thinking of the self, by thinking of yourself. When you think of yourself a lot, that's when you start suffering, because you start just thinking about yourself and all your problems and shit. But when you put outside of yourself, say for example, you just look around, you're like, man, I could, my place could get cleaned up. Those dishes could be done. I could go dust this. I could take a shower, man. I could like take care of myself. I could exercise, or I could help this person do this, or what can I contribute to the world, you know? So I mean, there's kind of a lot that goes to this. A lot of it, the execution is simple, but the whole the whole subconscious reprogramming is very complex, and it takes a lot of awareness to go ahead and spot where your conditioning is at, where your programming is at, where your trauma is at, before you can go ahead and heal it and release it, and then be more solution and healing oriented, and focused on the positive, you know. But you can't be focused on the positive by ignoring the negative. So you have to be aware of the shit that goes through you that does not feel good, that makes you feel shitty. Be aware of it instead of just like looking away from it. A lot of people tend to go ahead and just like drown out their like shut those voices up with like drugs and alcohol. I mean, to each their own. But if you're using it for an escape, then it's gonna keep fucking with you, and those problems are gonna be manifest in your external reality in some way, in one way or another. So if you want to escape that fucking loop, that little hell loop you're going through, then it's best to stop turning away from your problems of guilt and shame, and just go ahead and look at them dead in the fucking face, acknowledge them, basically love them. Love those issues. Like, hey, thank you for your service. I'm gonna release you in love. I no longer need you. Thank you though. Boom. And then you can start focusing on the positive, because if you try to give yourself those positive affirmations, like, oh, I am happy, even though you haven't faced your dark side, that dark side's gonna be like, no, you're not, you're a fucking liar. So, it's best to like look at that, acknowledge that, release it. That way you can genuinely look at the positive and focus on that without any more distractions. And it becomes a lot more easier like that, and a lot more effortless. Like it's like you're still making action, but it's more like effortless action. It's not so hard. It's not burdensome. It's not cumbersome. It's something, it's more free flowing. So these are just a few things that I wanted to hammer in on. Some things that I've been picking up. I've noticed an exponential amount of progress in just the past few days. And yeah, just like the whole being awareness and being aware where my thoughts are going. So another thing that I learned from actually Tony Robbins, that Tim Ferriss wrote down in that book from the interview that they had, is something that kind of coincides with the whole law of attraction, but the one that hasn't been misconstrued for fucking marketing purposes, is basically controlling your own internal state, state control. So you got to make sure like you put yourself in a high vibration emotional state, and what that means is that you basically feel fucking great, and you can create that feeling within yourself either by changing you either change the feeling first, or you change your thoughts first, because both of them are connected. So you change your thoughts, you change your mind into something that makes you feel good, and you just keep that going. You hold on to that. The longer you hold on to that, the better, man. And same thing with your feeling. If you can just generate that feeling first, the thoughts and the visions, they'll appear after that. So it works vice versa. The important thing to remember is to be able to maintain that state control regardless of external circumstances. So no matter what is happening around you, you can still control your internal state. Be in full control of yourself, and let go of control of the external world as long as you control yourself. Again, that's from the Tao actually. It says when you let go of control, you gain all control. So you let go of all external control and you gain all control of the self. And that is powerful, man, because it's almost like you're in a whole different universe, in a parallel dimension. It might look the same, but the way the person you are being is completely fucking different. And I mean, if you think different, your beliefs are different, your actions are different, your habits are different, are you even really the same fucking person? You even start to look different. You begin to speak differently. Your communication is more effective. It gets across more easily. And and yeah, man, like things just start happening that are serendipitous. But yeah, man, it's almost like magic, but in reality, that's actually like the real reality. It can seem magical if you're coming from a lower vibrational state, from a slower and heavier paradigm, and and I mean, comparatively speaking, relatively speaking, might seem more magical, but it simply is like tuning your radio to a different channel, to a different frequency. So it's like if you're feeling like depressed and anxious or whatever, that's because that's the radio station you're tuned to. Those are thoughts that you're choosing to listen to. Those are not your thoughts, by the way. Those are just things that are coming through you, and the more attention you give them, the more they're going to be on repeat right there, and the more you're going to like listen to them. Anyways, I'm going off on a whole fucking different tangent here. This was actually meant to just be a fast video update, but I've been receiving so much information. It just feels great to share it too, and I feel how effective it has been in my life, and I'm so fucking stoked. I'm excited to incorporate a more intense and longer period of exercise, of workout routine, and also implement some good nutrition. You know, some good nutrition, man. I want to be like, the goal is to just get like, I don't want to be like fucking bodybuilder big, but just like lean, strong, flexible, agile, light. And I already feel light. I feel high energy already. I feel a little quick, even though I know like the body gets fatigued really fast. But other than that, yes, that will pretty much cover today's video update. So I guess it still was a fast update because these are things that have been happening within the fast. I feel like I've been exponentially going through a lot of levels that would have taken me a lot longer if I would have tried to do this without the fast. Now again, I've been preparing for this fast for years, man. Like at least in my mind, I've been preparing for this fast, and I've been putting even more intensive action towards it. I'd say within the last year or so. I knew I wanted to get my own place, and I put myself in a position to where I didn't have to pay any bills for an extended period of time. That way I wouldn't have to worry about that. And obviously I don't need to use money for food at this time, so that cuts back on a lot of expenses as well. So I've made sure I didn't have any minimal to no expenses during this fast, and even I gave myself a few weeks after this fast as well. Actually, probably about 3 to 4 weeks, so almost another month after a fast to get myself back into, back in shape and ready to go and get back at it. But I feel like this is I've been conducting the most important type of work, at least for me, and it's definitely proven to be effective. In my own subjective experience, it's been proven to be extremely effective, and I fucking love it, man. I've been getting a lot of clarity on a lot of things that I want to do, that I can do, that I need to do, and for me, the most valuable thing I can think of that came from this was maintaining control over my own internal emotional state, regardless of the external situation, regardless of the external circumstances or whatever. Even though I haven't eaten, even though it's very like a sensory deprivation almost, not completely obviously, but hunger is one of those things that is very, very like primal, and usually people think if you don't eat, you'll die. But still here, and I feel fucking fantastic. Now, again, that's because the adrenaline, the epinephrine, and something else that's causing this clarity of mind or whatever. But so cortisol levels obviously have been going up. Testosterone has gone down. Even though weirdly I feel like it's gotten up, it feels like it's gone up, but that's probably just the adrenaline speaking. Anyways, I'm excited for the cortisol to go back down and the testosterone to go back up again, and see how that's gonna be. That's gonna be really interesting. I'm sure of it. So yeah, now I feel like I got the foundation set, man, and now no matter which path I decide to take after this, is going to be extremely focused, like laser-like focus with a purity of intent. And that was another one of my goals, is to just purify my intention, just purify myself. I would say purify my soul, but the soul it's always been pure. So it's mostly, for me, it's been purifying the mind and body and aligning it with the soul. You know, aligning the mind and body with the soul. So that way I'm like, everything I do is of the purest intent, regardless of how I may seem to anybody else. But anyways, that's it for day 32. I guess this will be, I gotta look this up, but it's probably like a day 30, 31, and 32 video update. So that's why I said a little bit longer. Fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to upload this to Instagram. Anyways, that's it. Peace out.